Hi guys, this is the second video in my series, Tips and Yap to Immortal. This video will be posted and scripted on YouTube as well as TikTok. If you haven't already, please go watch the first video in this series. I'll put the length of the video and the directory on the screen with any timestamps. Also, any videos I create are strictly in my opinion, and you should do whatever feels comfortable and works best for you. So, without further ado, let's get into the first tip. So, this first tip is pretty self-explanatory and simple, but communicate and work with your teammates. This means making plays with your whole team or even one specific person, and even asking them to do certain tasks for you. For example, asking your Sky to flash somewhere and then you peek off with their flash, things like that. One of the biggest things that separates a winning team from a losing team is their ability to work and communicate with each other effectively. In addition to working with your teammates, do not blame others, especially in the voice chat. Even if you feel like it's their fault, it's in the past and you can't do anything about it. I see way too many people tilting in the voice chat, purposely turning on their microphone just to complain about what their teammates could have done better. Even when plans don't go your way, you should try to keep a positive mentality and keep the team morale up with positive encouragement. When things don't go the way you want them to, try not to dwell on previous rounds or games. Use that energy to focus on the future and what could be. While it is beneficial to reflect on your mistakes, dwelling on them will only hinder your progress and cause you to lose focus in your current game or overall journey. So moving on, try to duo queue or even trio queue, but with the right people. I feel that I work best in comp with a duo or solo queuing, but only with specific people such as my friends. I feel that people typically queue with their friends anyway, but I will say that queuing with someone who you have no synergy with will be way more difficult than queuing with a friend who you do have a good synergy with. Once you get on the same wavelength, it'll be easier to communicate and work around whoever you're duoing with. In relation to synergizing, your team also needs to be on the same wavelength. Be the IGL if your team doesn't seem to have direction and you're even down a couple rounds. Having a plan where your entire team is on the same page is better than an unsynchronized team with no plan. Oftentimes, I feel that people are afraid to try plans because they're afraid they're going to fail, but you should always try new things, and especially when you're down rounds. And lastly, don't be afraid to calm if it's silent or you're the one who's mostly talking. Typically, when you start talking more and trying to get others to engage in a friendly way, they're going to feel more comfortable talking, especially when you're creating a positive environment that feeds off of teamwork and communicating. But please seem approachable when you're talking. Never force others to calm, even if you feel like it's the main issue. Personally, I enjoy having an IGL, but Valorant is a team game, and what works for me is bouncing ideas off of one another. There's 5 different brains on the team, so you should use them. And if you're the only one calming, try not to over-calm and compensate for the fact that there are a lack of calms. Try not to crowd the voice chat with useless comments or backseat your teammates because it's going to discourage them from calming with you. So, thank you for listening as always, and let me know if you have any topics you'd like me to cover or any questions, and I'll try to answer them or direct you to a reliable source. If you haven't already, please go follow or subscribe to all my socials. That's G's Lorraine on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.